River Lady with Philippe Paquet on River Lady, but by common consent, and I think probably even Philippe Paquet would agree, Leicester totally outrode him that day, stole the race on this filly Play It Safe. She's got a wonderful record. She won her only race this year, the Prix Imprudence at Maison, and won that very comfortably. But over the straight 7 furlongs at Deauville last year, on firmish ground, she was beaten by the other French filly, Exclusive Order. So that if it had been firm ground today, I would have entirely agreed with Brough that the value bet would be Exclusive Order. But now the rain's come, I must say that this filly Play It Safe, trained by Francois Boutin and ridden by Lester Piggott, has got an absolutely valid favourite's chance. Number 11, the Mount of Lester Piggott, Play It Safe. And there is Stratospheric. Well, this is a half-sister to a 1,000 guineas winner, quick as lightning, who won 2 years ago. And Stratospheric has had a run this season, but she disappointed really quite badly by finishing a long way behind Slightly Dangerous. And earlier this afternoon, Brough Scott asked John Dunlop what the problem was that day.
It appeared to be disappointing, Stratospheric last.
And found her out the speed, I think.
But she got well beaten by Slightly Dangerous. Can she turn the tables?
Well, I hope so. I think it'll be a very different method today, a full mile and a strong gallop, I would imagine, today. I think so. She's come on a lot, I hope, from her new run.
And what sort of tactics with her?
Oh, I think definitely to give her a chance. She's going to stay, I think, very well. And I think she's probably going to be an Oaks filly, whatever happens today.
And you also run DIONE.
Yes.
She's only run twice. A forlorn hope on that?
Well, the bookmakers probably think so. And I would imagine she is a forlorn hope. But she won nicely here at the last meeting. She's in form. She's a very tough, determined little filly. She'll be running on to the death when maybe somebody else have had enough.
And there she is, Dione by Mill Reef, a full sister to Bow Reef, who you watching in Australia will know that sadly Bow Reef, who was exported to Australia, I understand that he died there recently, which is very sad because he was a really tough game horse who might have produced you some real good stayers. Well, this is a tough filly too. She just got up in the last stride to beat Vadrouille at the last meeting here, and Vadrouille has won since, so she's a perfectly legitimate outsider. I must admit she's no more than that. The Mill Reef filly, number 2, Dione. And there is the second string of France, rough selection, Exclusive Order, ridden by Maurice Philippon, who's been very narrowly beaten in a classic over here and ridden some winners as well. What a nice filly she is, this. She's by Exclusive Native, very well bred, related to a lot of winners. I told you she beat Play It Safe last year, and in her only race this year she wasn't at all disgraced because the best filly in France, River Lady, did beat her pretty comfortably, but nevertheless Exclusive Order ran well that day. She's never run a bad race in her life. 4th to Green Forest, the best French colt. That was her only other defeat. I quite agree with Brough. She's a marvellous each-way bet. Number 3, Exclusive Order. Now the betting.
Exclusive Order in the market at 10 to 1. The favourite Play It Safe 5 to 2. Slightly Dangerous is 7 to 2 from 3 to 1. And Merlin's Charm has gone to 6 to 1 from 5s. Exclusive Order, Stratospheric both at 10s. Time Charter is 12 to 1 from 10 to 1. Triple Tipple at 20s. And Dione is 25 to 1, 33s bar those.
And there is Slightly Dangerous in the new colours of Mr. Khalid Abdullah. New to her, that is, because Mr. Abdullah has just bought her. Well, you heard Steve Cauthen say that this filly has done absolutely nothing wrong. You also heard him say that she might be anything, and that's absolutely true. She's by the Derby winner Roberto, out of a Razor Native mare, Where You Lead, who was herself second in the Oaks, and more important, is a daughter of the great Noblesse, the easiest Oaks winner I've ever seen, and one of the best fillies I've ever seen. So that Slightly Dangerous is bred to be anything, and that's how she's run so far. She's won both races, one as a 2-year-old and one this year, very easily indeed. She really quickens when Steve asks her. She did at Newbury to beat Zinzara, cruised home that day with Stratospheric a long way behind. She's certainly my fancy of the English fillies, and I'm full of hope that she'll keep the French at bay. Number 12, Slightly Dangerous. And there, in the Sangster colours, is Barry Hill's second string, and who knows, Pat Eddery might easily be a lucky man today. You saw Merlin's Charm running that fine race against Chalon. Steve Cauthen felt the draw was against her, and so it was. Anyway, she ran a real good race, and it's entirely possible. There's nothing between them at home, these two. Slightly Dangerous and Merlin's Charm, they neither of them work very well at home, as a matter of fact. But Pat Eddery might easily be a lucky man in the familiar colours of Mr. Robert Sangster. Number 7, Merlin's Charm. And there in the hard colours is On The House. She ran in that Ladbrokes Nell Gwyn Stakes behind Merlin's Charm and TIPPLE, just in front of Warm Hearted. With On The House, I would have thought that stamina is the problem. She's by being my guest out of a Lorenzaccio mare. She was very fast indeed as a 3-year-old. Won some really good races, but in the William Hill Cheveley Park on this course, in my view, she didn't quite get the trip. She looked like winning about a half furlong from home, but was then outstayed by the Irish filly Woodstream. So for me, there's a very big doubt whether number 8, On The House, on the right of your picture there, whether she will get the trip. So that's On The House going down. Well, this is maybe a classic race, but it's also a very big betting race. So let us join our Harrovian tricycle riding correspondent in the Silver Ring, John McCreek.
Of course, racecourses are hotbeds of rumour.
2 favourite. Slightly Dangerous has gone to 4-1 from 7-2. Merlin's Charm is 6-1 from 5s. Exclusive Order and Stratospheric both at 10-1. Time Charter at 12. TIPPLE is 25-1 from 20s. DIONE also at 25-1. And Celestial Path at 25s from 33s. And 33-1 bar those.
Well, there's Time Charter. Willie Newnes riding in his first classic race on Time Charter for Henry Candy. Well, she won her first race very easily indeed, Time Charter, and Ruff Scott talked to Henry Candy about her early on.
How do you rate?
Well, I would give her a good each-way chance, because I think if you have a filly who's very, very well at this time of the year, and who obviously stays the trip, then you have got something to go to war with.
And she obviously will be 100% fit, will she?
She's very, very fit, yes. She's fit and she's well, and she'll like the ground.
And conditions before when she won were really quite soft, that won't matter?
She likes it, the softer the better, but I think with this drop of rain on watered ground, then I think she'll enjoy the ground.
And with a filly like her very fit, will you try and force the tactics like you did at Kempt?
No, we'll just let her run her own race. If nothing wants to go on, then she can go on, but if it's a very hot pace, then she'll just sit in behind a few and gradually pick up.
And if we're talking to you afterwards, it won't surprise you?
No, that's right.
Well, that's Time Charter, and I agree with my trainer. She's got a good each-way chance, but no more. Nice filly, though. Irish filly just gone through the picture. That was Celestial Path. There she is, Declan Gillespie on Celestial Path. Well, not too many runners in the 1,000 guineas have won at Tralee and Punchestown, but this one has, and Navan too, and she won her only race this season. You wouldn't think she'd be quite good enough, but who knows? Jim Bolger, her trainer, has sprung some surprises before. Number 1, Celestial Path. Now then, another outsider with the stars is God Bless, Walter Swinburn. On this one for Hugh Collingridge, filly by So Blessed. No real reason to think that she's got any chance whatever. Number 5, God Bless. That's God Bless. And there is PANATELLA, another of the total outsiders, I'm afraid, trained by Vic Sohn, ex-jumping jockey. Well, PANATELLA, a filly by Fire Streak, did won once last year at Folkestone, but she too, it would be a bit of a miracle and a major upset if she gets in the first 3. Number 10, PANATELLA. That was there's an interesting one, Warm Hearted, Greville Starkey on Warm Hearted. Now this is a filly by Steelheart who was unbeaten in 5 races last year. She too ran in that Ladbroke Nell Gwyn that we've seen so often. In fact, finished behind Merlin's Charm and TIPPLE and On The House, but she didn't run all that badly, and she's a filly who finishes in front a great deal more often than not, so I wouldn't be surprised to see her up in the shake-up. Number 16, Warm Hearted. And there's another interesting one, Glancing, a beautifully bred filly this, by Grundy out of the Patingo mare Splashing. She won 3 times as a 2-year-old. Hasn't had a run this season, but Willie Hastings-Bass, I don't think he intended to give her a run before this race. She looks really well, and if she's trained on, well, who knows? She's owned by her breeder, Mrs. Dare Wigan, who's bred some real good winners from this female line. Number 4, Glancing, the mount of Edward Hyde, and you see that Play It Safe is now 9-4 from 5-2. I suppose that's not too bad a price. There's number 16. I beg your pardon, number 6. Hello Cuddles. Well, I've been insulting about Hello Cuddles before in her career. I said she had no chance when she was running in the Scarborough Stakes up at Doncaster against older horses. She proceeded to beat them fair and square, including the very good sprinter Sayaf. Merlin's Charms 13-2 from 6s. So I'm afraid I'll give Hello Cuddles a bonus again, because I don't think she's got much chance today. She's had 1 run this season in the Doncaster Mile, was well beaten in that, but it would be a real surprise if she wins, but she has sprung surprises in the past. Number 6, Hello Cuddles. There's TIPPLE. Now she too ran in that Nell Gwynn Stakes and ran really well in it, was 3rd in fact, beaten quite away by Merlin's Charm. She's got something to find to beat her, but she ran better than On The House. And Warm-Hearted. You see, Play It Safe has now gone to 5-2 from 9-4, slightly longer price. That's TIPPLE, then the mount of Tony Ives. There's exclusive order, Maurice Philippon, a really nice strong filly this. Always a bit of an ordeal for French jockeys riding here on the Rolling Mile, but Maurice, a very, very experienced pilot, I wouldn't think he's too worried. Glancing 25-1 from 33s, and as exclusive order and TIPPLE in the background there walk towards the stands, I'll hand over to you, Rawley Gilbert.
Thank you very much, John. Yes, and 1 more runner than last year when Fairy's Footsteps and Lester Piggott justified favouritism. This is the 168th running of the first classic of the season, the 1,000 guineas, and this is TIPPLE going into stall 15, ridden by Tony Ives. She's been out once so far this season. Is trained here at Newmarket. That looks like it. The thumbs up from assistant starter Bill Rees, and the starter Dick Smalley says all in, and out they come. And in the early stages of the race, they're well packed with Hello Cuddles and Time Charter, the 2 early leaders, followed by the favourite for France, Play It Safe. Then in 4 is the outsider PANATELLA at 200-1. After her, in the red cap, comes On The House towards the outsider Merlin's Charm, and also for France exclusive order. They've come 2 furlongs now, and it's Hello Cuddles with a broad white blaze nearest to the camera from Time Charter. Close up after these 2 is the favourite Play It Safe and Lester Piggott. Behind her comes On The House, PANATELLA and DIONE. Then after DIONE over on the far rails is Merlin's Charm. Then comes Stratospheric. They're coming now inside the final 5 furlongs in the 1,000 guineas, and with Hello Cuddles and Time Charter having led throughout, Play It Safe the favourite in 3rd, and it's back to Graham in the stands.
And the second favourite, Slightly Dangerous, somewhere adrift at this stage. Got just over 4 furlongs to go. Time Charter in the lead from Hello Cuddles and Play It Safe. On the far side, TIPPLE, Merlin's Charm and DIONE. Then just in behind them On The House and Warm-Hearted, and then the French one, exclusive order, getting in close to contention. Then PANATELLA up on the outside. Hello Cuddles is weakening quickly. Just over 2 furlongs to go. Time Charter in the lead. Time Charter the leader. From On The House in 2nd place, and Play It Safe is 3rd, and then DIONE coming with a very late one on the very wide outside, Slightly Dangerous. With a furlong and a half to go, and Time Charter has the advantage from On The House. Time Charter On The House, and just over a furlong from home, it's On The House now that strikes the front. On The House in the lead from Time Charter. Then comes DIONE, Play It Safe, the favourite, under pressure and beaten at this stage. Inside the final furlong, On The House has the advantage from Time Charter. DIONE staying on 3rd, Play It Safe is 4. Then comes Stratospheric and 5, that's coming up towards the line. On The House is going to win the 1,000 guineas up the line. On The House is the winner. Time Charter in 2nd, DIONE is 3rd. In a photo with Play It Safe and Slightly Dangerous and Stratospheric. Then came Celestial Path and the exclusive order of Merlin's Charm. And the back passes include God Bless, PANATELLA, but the last one to pass the post was Hello Cuddles, and so the result of this, the 1,000 guineas, is a win for number 8 On The House, owned by Sir Philip Oppenheimer, trained here at Newmarket by Harry Ragg, ridden by John Reed, and bred by Sir Philip Oppenheimer in France. Second was number 14, Time Charter, owned by Mr. Robert Barnett, trained at Wantage by Henry Candy and ridden by Billy Newnes. And officially it's a photograph for 3rd place. A photograph between number 2, DIONE, the grey filly finishing under Joe Mercer, and the favourite, Play It Safe, who for me has finished 4th, and Lester Piggott has failed in this classic. Plenty more to go though. But it was a very exciting race. However, one of the disappointments for me was Slightly Dangerous. Not disappointing for On The House now. As we can see again, John Oakesy takes us through the replay.
Well, so much for the view that on the...
So she has reversed the placings comprehensively with Merlin's Charm and Triple Tipple to give Harry Ragg a victory in this 1,000 guineas. She stayed on very well up the hill, but her future plans must lie perhaps at Ascot and some of the other prestige meetings, because she doesn't hold an engagement in the Oaks, the major classic.